what do you say, life, it involves life cycle. It is uniqueness, right? Uniqueness means no two projects are exactly similar. No two projects are exactly similar. That is what we call it as uniqueness, right? So change, and you cannot avoid changes in any project. So many changes are going to occur through. It's not a cakewalk. Project is not a cakewalk. Many changes throughout the project. Something we call as make to order. It's a make to order. As soon as you receive some customer specification, customer order, then only you start doing the project. It depends upon customer need, right? That is what we call it as. Right. So it requires project requires high level of subcontracting. So it are not dependent on single stakeholder. There are many stakeholders for the project. You have supplier, you have customers, you have consultants, right? You have your management, right? You are answerable to so many things. You are answerable to your team, right? So there are a lot of stakeholders involved. You have to satisfy the individual needs and the interest, and how they are going to influence your project. That is also important, right? So sometimes projects outcomes are tangible, sometimes they are they are intangible. Sometimes you can measure the outcome, sometimes you can it can be intangible also. So projects can be taken at all level. It's not only top level has to take the project. It can be taken under any level of the organization. It can be taken by top level. It can be taken by middle level order. It can be taken up by the lower level of the organization. So projects can involve it can involve single individual or multiple individual, or single organization or multiple organization. Right. It can be done by individual person also. It can be done by group of projects or group of people also. It can be done by one organization also. It can be done by multiple organization also. Right. So that is what we call it as. That is the uniqueness of the project. Right. So project can, as I already told you, project can create a product. So project will lead to product. Right. So a product that can be a component of another item, or enhancement. You want to do any enhancement in the product, that is also a project, right? You want to say certain modification in the mobile. You want to bring some say change. You want to add some feature. You want to add some dimension, right? You want to say, change some features, right? That is also a project. Enhancement of an item is also project. Creation of product is also project, and enhancement of that particular uh, features of that particular product is also project, right? So it can, project can be a service also, right? Performance of service is also a project. Improvement in existing product or service is also project. So if you come out with some result or outcome or document, that is also project, right? So these are the different kinds of projects. So developing a new product is a project. Developing a new service is a project. So you want to start a hotel. So running a hotel is a operational, but once you start planning that you want to start a hotel, it's a project. Until you implement, until you production start or operation start, until that point, it's a project only, right? Developing a new product is a project. Service, developing a new service is a project. So if you want to change in any organized structure, or you want to change processes, you want to change your staff, that is also project. You want to change the culture of the organization, that is also project, right? Acquiring, implementing some new software in your in your organization, that is also a project. You want to implement SAP in your organization, that is also a project. Conducting research, you want to conduct research, right? You want, you have established some hypothesis. You want to check whether that hypothesis is true or false. You can have, it is a project. You want to do literature review, literature research, that is also a project. Construction of building is a project. Construction of industrial plant is a project, right? So implementing, improving, enhancing your existing systems or procedures is a project, right? So these are the different types of projects are there. But one important thing you have to remember is there are different knowledge areas in the project management. So in the first class only I told you there are many knowledge areas. How many knowledge areas are there? Maybe last class I have told you. How many knowledge areas are there? Can anyone tell? Yes. How many knowledge areas are there? Hope you are able to still listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are basically 10 knowledge areas. Make a note of it. You have project integration management, right? Then project scope management, project time management, project cost management, project quality management, project risk management, project procurement management, project communication management, project human resource management, right? Then project stakeholder management. How many I have covered? 10, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So these are the 10 different knowledge areas you should remember. So, and also you have 5 different process groups, right? So each knowledge area having is divided into 5 process groups. Like you have initiation process group, you have planning process group. I'm going to show you the slide, and executing process group, and monitoring and control process group, and you have closing process group, right? These are the few important things you are going to study, but we are not studying all the knowledge areas here, right? Because of constraint of it's a 3 credit course, it's very difficult to study all the knowledge areas. So we are only restricting ourselves to some 60 to 70%, maybe 6 or 7 knowledge areas we are going to study, right? So the book I told you already, we are going to use PMBOK, PMBOK, that is product project management body of knowledge. If you don't have that book, let me know. I will share it in the share it in the canvas, or I'll send you the mail. I have the soft copy.
Sir,
Yes.
share in the group only, sir. WhatsApp.
Yeah, I will share. Okay, so I will end all the canvas every day. You people keep checking the canvas. We'll keep adding the notes or whatever PPTs or videos related to project management. I think everyone has joined. Let me check how many people have joined the canvas.
Sir,
So only 3 people. Yeah.
what are you talking about, sir?
Pramod, you joined late, no? So kindly join the Canvas learning management system. I have shared the link in the chat box. Kindly join, enter your details. So Hema has joined, Korchana has joined. So I have given a task for you today. With this introduction, I request you to go to the discussion forum. You have 1 hour time, and you have to discuss the project which you have carried out in your life, right? Don't tell we have not carried out any project. So already I shared you what are the different kind of projects that can be taken up by as a project at the personal level and all those things. Okay, 1 second, let me open the PPT. Till then you join, Pramod, join the canvas.
I'm joining, sir.
Okay, take your time. Hope you are able to see the PPT.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so project as already defined, it's a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service or a result, right? It's a temporary, that is very important. Temporary and unique, they are highlighted in the red. They are very important whenever definition is asked. So temporary means that every project has definite beginning and definite ending. So unique means what? To no two projects will be similar. There will be some small amount of difference will be there any project. So no two projects can be same. It will be unique. What are the examples of project? Developing a software is a project. Building a new house is a project. Designing a new website is a project. Right. So I already told you different types of project. It can be conducted personal level. It can be done at organization level. Right. It can be done at national. Some national projects also you can take up, and you can take up certain international projects also. There are different types of projects. So what are the different drivers? Can anyone tell what are the different drivers for the project? How actually you start? What is the first step in starting any project? Think and tell me.
Communicating the idea.
Okay. What drives you to really take up the project? What drives you? How actually you encounter project, or what drives you to take up the project? Yeah.
Sir, strong leadership.
Okay.
Sir, like if
Then
I think and
How I am asking how the need arises for any project in the company. So if you have strong leadership, what is the use if there is no need in the market?
So demand for the product.
Okay, demand for the product. Then,
sir,
what are the drivers for the project?
sir, looking for like
Yeah.
which scope is running in the field, and which
Yeah.
which domain has potential of growth in a practical field.
Okay. Okay, you are somewhat close to the answer. Yeah, what are the current trends happening in the industry, right?
Yeah, current trends. Yes.
Okay. Any other answer?
So if we take up public wave, then like filling the missing spaces. For example, uh, uh, there now it is like, for example, bound people needed communication in a cheap way, and two-wheeler vehicles. So they get into that they get in between that purpose and fulfill the other ends.
Okay,
People
so
and
consumer needs, then market demand,
correct.
then so resource availability,
Okay, okay,
uh,
good.
then like current technological advances, like what is the current trend of technology. So accordingly, planning needs to be done, or project needs to be made.
Okay, okay, good. Right, we'll come to what are the different drivers. Let us check in the slide. So first and foremost important, there should be need in the market, right? So any project that you want to start, if there is no need, any manager will not take up that project. For example, if there is a design for, you want to design a fuel efficient automobile. So there should be some market need. So nowadays we are talking about electrical vehicles. So everyone want to produce automobile which are very environmental friendly, right? It will not cause damage to environment. So that is what there should be some demand from the market, right? That is the first one. So no demand, we will not go for the production, right? Then organization need, right? It should be from organization need. Develop orientation training. So if you want to develop some training manual for your employee, so that is also can be taken up as a project. If the organization want to improve their productivity, that can be taken up as a project. If they want to reduce their rejection rate in the organization, right? That can they have 10% rejection rate. They want to reduce it to 5%. So that can also be taken as a organization lead. So there should be some organization lead. Then only you are going to take up the project. Then third one is either it should be a customer request, it should be customer requirement. So customer will give his requirements, based upon it you start doing you taking up the project. So for example, given in the PPT, integrate all the systems in an IT organization. So you want to integrate all the departments using some software, ERP software or SAP software. Okay. So that is also can be taken up as a project, right? Customer request. So customer will come to you and tell his requirement. He wants a certain kind of software. He will give inputs. He wants these many modules. Then you start working on those modules. You want to develop that particular software. That is a customer request. So customer request also leads to a project. Okay, next one is technological advancement. Somebody told already. So you want to whatever current trends happening in the organization or market, you want to take advantage of that. For that also, you are going to take up certain projects like develop dish antennas to replace cable transmission, right? So technological advances. So if you want to implement some management information system in your organization, you want to integrate all the departments, right? Some AI and ML you want to bring into your company to analyze your data. So certain technological advances are happening and you want to take advantage of that. So that will also lead to some kind of project. So you start developing algorithms, you start analyzing your data, you start mining your data. So that is also one kind of project that you are going to take up due to technological advancement. Then the legal requirement. So due to legal requirement also, you have to, there are some compliance bodies outside your organization. So your emission level should be like this, and you have to maintain certain safety standards, right? For that also you take a project in your organization to meet the legal requirement. So clean up toxic material from the factory. So CO2, reduce the CO2 emission in the factory. For that also you need to take up certain projects to meet the legal compliance, legal requirement. So these are the 5 important, and many times in the exam also it is asked, what are the different drivers which leads to the project. So market demand, organizational need, customer request, technological advances, and legal requirement. These are the 5 important things which drives your project. So there are a lot of constraints will be there when you talk about the project management. There are a lot of conflicting constraints which interact with each other. So what are those important things in any project? Balancing competing constraint, we call it as. So there is a scope when you take up any project. There is a risk involved in it. So there is a certain budget allotted to it, cost. You have a schedule. You have resources. So among all these constraints, you should be able to achieve the desired level of quality of your project. So these are the things we call it as balancing constraints of the project, right? So this is the definition of project management. Project management is application of knowledge, skill, tools and techniques to the project activity to meet the project requirement. So we should be clear about what is project and what is project management. Project is a temporary endeavor which is used to create product, service or a result. It's a temporary endeavor project. Project management is application of knowledge, skill, tools and techniques of the project activities to meet the project requirements. That is what we call it as project management, right? So this is the last slide today. I'm going to discuss project. What is the difference between project and the operation? Can anyone tell? What is the difference between project and the operation?
So project is the idea and operation is the work, the flow of work which makes the project complete.
Okay. Any one more answer? Project and operation, what is the difference?
Sir, hello.
Tell me.
So project are sir, they're unique and temporary, and operations are basically like it's an repetitive activity, something something is has been allocated for the framework of the organization, then it keeps on repeating on those principles. Hello.
Hello, can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now we are ready.
Yeah, sorry, it was mute. So that is the difference. Project is temporary, as I already told, and operational is continuous, right? So project is, purpose of the project is to attain the objectives and close. Purpose of the operation is to sustain the business. So starting a hotel is a project, but running a hotel is, it's a operation, it's a business. Once you are put into production, then project is done. Okay, is that clear? So if you want to start any business, it's a project initially. So once it is run into production or operation, it becomes, it's not a project, it's become business. So projects are temporary and unique. Operations are ongoing, repetitive and permanent. So developing a new product, building a new house, writing a manual, they are all projects. So invoice processing, delivery, preparing purchase orders, and all those things we call it as operations. Is that clear? The difference between the project and the operation? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you should know what is the difference between project. Now, by this time, you should be aware of what is project, what is project management, what are the different constraints acting on the project, what are the salient features of project, right? And what is the difference between project and the operation, right? Next class, we shall go through other details, difference between program, portfolio, and project, right? And project life cycle management and different types of project life cycle that we are going to see in the next class. So still we have 1 hour. Don't log out. All of you go to Canvas. There I have created one activity. Right. Hope all are registered for the Canvas. Yes or no? I can see
Yes, sir.
those who are
Yes, sir.
registered. Gorchana has registered. Manoj has registered. Hema has registered. Pramod, yeah. So go to discussion, any project that you have completed in your lifetime, whichever project. I told you it may be a personal project, any marriage function conducted at your family, or it can be some academic project or some 8 mile project or Kannada Sangha event, whatever you have conducted in your life, any project you can discuss there and what constraints you have faced, what the output you have got, what was your objectives, what budget you have planned, what different difficulties you have faced, all those things you have to discuss. Based upon
Sir,
your, yeah,
sir,
tell me.
should we discuss in text or how?
Yeah, text only. You should be able to write there. You should be in your own words. Do not copy from internet. I will come to know that.
Yeah,
Write in
yes.
your own words. Once you post, then you can see the your friends' replies also. You cannot see before you are posting. You can see others projects also. Once you post yours, then only you can read others, right? Before posting, you can't read the others. So it should be in your own words. Whatever project you have done, do not copy from the internet. I will come to know if you have copied, right? It should be in your own words. You should be able to write. 1 hour time you have. 4 o'clock it is going to close. Okay, before that you have to submit.
Sir, is it like me writing
Yes.
the whole scenario at once and posting it?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Some maximum 10 points, not more than 10 points. Maximum 10 points you should be able to write. Okay.
The 10 points on how I conducted the
10 sentences. Maybe one sentence objectives, some 2 to 3 sentences methodology. Then some 2 to 3 sentences talk about constraints what you have faced.
Okay, sir.
Right. Your experience with that particular project. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Based upon your posting only, I will give today's attendance. Those who post, they will be given today's attendance. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So 1
Sir,
hour time you have. Yeah.
Sir, in deliverable of the project, what do we need to write?
Deliver means what is your output? Mobile, maybe my output. Right. Maybe if I'm producing mouse is my output.
So
Right.
if we are planning a
Sure.
function, then what is the output in that?
Function only. Function itself is the output.
Okay.
Successful conduction of the function, successful conduction of the marriage itself is a deliverable.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Successful finishing of your tour trip is itself as that enjoyment is the ultimate deliverable outcome. Successful
Okay, sir.
conduction.
Okay.
Okay. So discuss any projects that you have done. It may be academic or non academic, and post it. I will review it, and next class I am going to discuss based upon whatever you have posted. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can leave from here and join the Canvas.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. See you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.